for hours when Adeel's car finally sputtered to a stop on the deserted forest road. He cursed under his breath, grabbed his phone and groaned, no signal. With no choice, he stepped out into the storm, trying to find shelter or at least a light in the distance. The forest around him was unnaturally quiet, the kind of quiet that pressed on the ears like a warning. After walking for 10 minutes, he spotted an old wooden house dimly glowing through the trees. Desperate, he hurried toward it. The door was slightly open, creaking softly as if breathing. "Hello?" he called. No answer. The air inside was cold, carrying the smell of damp wood and something metallic. On the wall hung faded photographs of people whose faces had been scratched out. Adeel swallowed uneasily, but the warmth of the fireplace pulled him in. Someone must be living here, he thought. He found a wooden chair near the fire and sat down, trying to warm his shivering hands. That's when he heard soft footsteps upstairs. Slow, dragging, deliberate. "I'm sorry to disturb you," he called nervously. Again, there was no reply. The footsteps stopped. The silence that followed felt heavier than the storm outside. Adeel stood and backed away from the staircase, every instinct screaming at him to leave. But before he reached the door, it slammed shut by itself. He froze. Something moved behind him. Very slowly he turned. A woman stood at the bottom of the staircase. Her soaked hair clung to her pale face, and her clothes dripped muddy water onto the floor. Her eyes were wide, unblinking, hollow. "You shouldn't be here," she whispered, her voice cracking like broken glass. "I just need help," Adeel stammered. Her head tilted unnaturally to one side. "They don't like visitors." "They?" he whispered. The house groaned. Shadows in the corners began to shift. One by one, they peeled themselves from the walls, taking vague human shapes, tall, twisted figures with limbs too long and faces stretched into silent screams. Adeel stumbled backward as the figures crawled slowly toward him, their movements jerky, as though controlled by invisible strings. The woman stepped closer, her wet footsteps echoing. "They keep anyone who enters," she said. "Even me." Adeel lunged for the door, clawing at the handle as the shadows closed in. He pulled with all his strength until the door burst open. He ran into the forest without looking back, branches tearing at his clothes. He ran until his legs burned and his breath rasped painfully. When he finally reached his car, the storm had stopped. Trembling, he climbed inside and tried the ignition. Nothing. The battery was dead. He reached for his phone and froze. It now showed full signal, but at the corner of the screen, a notification blinked. "New device connected, house 002. And from the back seat, a wet voice whispered softly, "You shouldn't have run."